Hello, it's Margaret with Forward Kind Heart, and thank you for watching my vlog. This month is about doing shadow work in the full moon of Leo. So first of all, a little bit about me. I am a healer and I love helping people get unstuck, really finding where they're stuck, get to the roots so that they can live their best life ever. Some ways that I do this is through coaching, energy work, Akashic record, and tarot readings, as well as past life regression. And so part of the healing work that I do is shadow work. And our shadow, Debbie Ford said, and I wrote it down so I could remember, our shadow is made up of all the parts of ourselves that we hide, deny, suppress, and don't see in ourselves, both the positive and the negative. Our shadow is all the aspects that we reject out of shame, fear, disapproval by others, or that annoys, horrifies, or disgusts us about other people or ourselves. And the psychologist Carl Jung also said that our shadow is the person that we'd rather not be. And so I love both of these quotes as, helping, to learn what our shadow is, right? And so our shadow often kind of causes these roadblocks, these hiccups in our life, right? Because when we're not whole, when we're not full, then we have a hard time being our best self and living our best life. And so shadow work really helps you to integrate yourself, know yourself, and to be able to go out and shine in the world. Like when you befriend your shadow, then things and other people don't agitate you as much, don't irritate you as much. You have better relationships, not only with yourself and with others. So I feel like the full moon is a great reminder, right? It's big, it's full, it's in the sky, it illuminates, right? And the soul is, this moon is about like our subconscious, right? It's a connection to our soul, to our emotions. So what better astrological support than the moon to help us in our soul's journey, in our growth. And so really looking at, taking the time during the full moon to look at our shadow side. And then, I thought, okay, what sign is the moon in? And how can we start to work with the sign to work with our shadow? Because each sign represents different aspects of ourselves, right? And so I also pulled a couple tarot cards that to help us along, because I find tarot provides just a great visual to support us. Sorry for the half head there. So the first card is going to be from the Spirit de Luna deck, and it is it's Leo. So it's bright, it's energetic, it's full of energy. Leo is a fire sign, so fire is movable. And then the other card I pulled is from the Moonchild deck, and it's strength, right? Because we often think of Leo as strength, right? The lion, it's a representation of strength. And so then I also have an astrology book here by Bendabelle Wynn. She's an astrologer, a tarot reader, and so just to kind of help us with some key words. And so as you enter the full moon in Leo, really start to look at what Leo represents and how you feel about each of these aspects. Do you own it? Do you claim that within yourself? Or do you push it away, deny it? Do you shame it in yourself? Do you judge others for having these qualities? I feel like Leo, so often, they're dramatic, they're entertaining, they're so full of this charismatic energy, right? That so often people get around Leos and they'll say, oh, such a drama queen. Oh my gosh, they want so much attention. That's your shadow right there. If somebody is you're bothered, upset, judgmental of somebody being a drama queen, wanting that attention, being in the spotlight, that right there is the shadow work for you to really be like, okay, what is it that I'm not accepting? What is it that I'm denying? What is it that I'm really not working with? And getting to that and starting to then set goals or challenges for yourself, right? So that you can start to incorporate it. What does it mean if you're dramatic? What does it mean if you are the center of attention? What would that look like for you? Where is it in your life that you'd like to be the center of attention? Maybe you don't want to be the star of a big Broadway play, but maybe sometimes you want to be the center of attention with your friends or family, or you want to be acknowledged at work for doing a great job. So really looking at those places and how it would look for you. And so some other keywords for Leo: big-hearted, right? They have big hearts. So do you feel like you have a big heart? Do you feel like you could be more big-hearted? What does that look like for you? And some of these things you might be like, oh yeah, I'm big-hearted, I'm cool with that. All right, then you know that you don't have shadow work there to do. Another thing, like I said, center of attention, they're really optimistic, right? So do you find that you're more pessimistic? Do you find that you're not as optimistic as you would like to be? How can you be more optimistic in life? Maybe it's just finding the good in life. Maybe it's starting a gratitude journal. You know, you really can have fun with this. Like, it doesn't have to be huge. So often we think of change as huge. Really, you are just sitting in the full moon. You're letting it illuminate, right? The dark side of the moon, the shadow side. And so you're just asking yourself, how do I feel about this? Do I have a problem with this? Do I want more of this in my life? And how does it look? Another thing about Leos is they are very self-confident. How do you feel about confident people? Could you have more confidence in your life? What can you do to have more confidence in your life? You know, so often we get upset. People, you know, that are very confident, that come across with confidence. If that bothers you, then really looking at how you can have more of that in your life, how you can really honor that in yourself, because honey, you've got so many beautiful gifts to share. Like, you're amazing. And so having that confidence, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we have to fake it till we make it. Sometimes we have to act as if, right? Because you've got so much awesomeness to offer the world. And it's scary to put ourselves out there. So then we get upset with the confident people because they're reminding us that we can do that we can have that. All of this is a reflection, a reminder of what we have inside of us. What inside of us is asking to be honored, is asking to be let out, to be shared. And so really doing this work, like I said, it really opens you up to healing yourself, growing and changing, and being the best you and living your best life, right? Because isn't that why we're here? Okay, so then they're great leaders, right? They are charismatic leaders. They are usually in a power of leadership, people that are Leo. So how do you feel about your leadership skills? Do you have a problem with authority? If you do, right there, right, that's seeing like, okay, so I tend to rebel against authority. I have a problem listening to leaders. Then looking at how can I be more of a leader? Maybe it's just with your kids. Maybe it's with your friends. Maybe it's just with yourself. Like, where am I going to lead myself? Where am I going to take ownership and leadership in my life? What change can I create? What things do I want to keep the same that are really working for me? So you taking that leadership role in your life. So another word used to describe Leo's, vain. So are you vain? How does vanity serve you? You know, so often people get upset with vain people. Oh, they're so stuck up. They think they're so awesome. That serves people, right? When you think that you're awesome, you're less likely to be upset when people don't think you're awesome. You know, and so looking at how vanity can serve you, how you having pride in your appearance and who you are can serve you, how you might be able to bring more of that into your life. A few other words for Leo: egotistic, possessive, domineering, impatient, intense, arrogant, and loyal, right? So those are all some wonderful words to really start to look at how you feel about yourself. You can also just sit down and free write, right? Like, think about Leo. Think about Leos you know. Write down all those characteristics, and then, like, do I accept this in myself? Do I reject this in myself? Do I judge this in others? And that's a big list. Like, you don't have to do all of it. I would say go with the one that upsets you the most. Go to the one that stirs you up the most. Go with that word that has the most intensity, that word that makes you feel disgust or angry or upset, because that really is the place that's ready to be healed. That's the place that's ready to be integrated. And have fun with this, right? Because this is where you're at in your life. This is where you are in your soul's journey. You know, bring play to it, right? Because Leos are dramatic, you know, they're action-based, they're fire. So be able to just look at this and be like, okay, how can I also have fun with this? How can I make this lighter? So often, you know, when we are in the process of healing, yes, it's heavy work. Yes, it's deep work. That doesn't mean that there isn't this light side to it, this side of play. And in doing this work, learning how to balance those two, the deep, heavy work with the light play, you know, and that's really going to help you to also bring together, you know, your shadow side with your soul. And so I really hope that you enjoy doing this and that you have fun and you're able to bring play with it. Next month is February, so we'll dive into the shadow side there. And thanks for watching. Bye.